Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for choosing Middle of Praise TV, and this is Hope at Dawn Show. And my name is Victoria Brenda. And today, before we start anything, let me just lead you in a shortest word of prayer. Heavenly Father, I give you praise, honor, and adoration, for there is no other God like you. You are everything to us. I pray that you may guide us and that you may lead us, my Father, and even bless our day and even our week. In Jesus' name I pray and believe. Amen. And that's how we are going to start the show today. So today being on Monday, we are going to talk something to do with business and entrepreneur. And it is a career Monday. We're going to talk on that. And before we go any further, we would like to have our daily quote from the book of Proverbs 10:10. Proverbs 10:10. The Bible says, he who winks with the eyes causes trouble, but a prating fool will fall. Yeah. Kiswahili kinasema akonyezae kwa jicho huleta masikitiko. You know, winking with your eye, that's when we are aware of it. Bali mpumbavu mwenye maneno mengi ataanguka. Bali mpumbavu mwenye maneno mengi ataanguka. Na kwa kawaida hakuna mtu anapenda kuitwa mpumbavu, lakini tena utaangalia hakuna mtu anajua kila kitu, and that's why we have this program inaitwa Hope Don't Show, where we meet and learn new things every day. Pengine hata vitu ambazo tunasoma si mpya kwako, lakini kwangu na yule mwingine they are new. So this is what we get from our daily quote. This is Proverbs 10:10. And with that is how we're going to begin our breakfast show. Today being on 12 May 2025, we have a National Fibromyalgia, and I'm telling you, daktari wakuja wanisomee kitu, awareness day, yeah, where people learn and spread awareness about the difficult diseases known as fibromyalgia. Yeah, so which affects many men and women around the world, and as of yet has no cure. I don't know ni wangapi walikuwa wamejua kwamba tuko na hii kitu ya inaitwa fibromyalgia ambayo inashika wanaume na wanawake pia kwa pamoja, na kufikia sasa wanasema kwamba it has no cure. Yeah, unapata treatment after treatment, but you cannot be cured when you actually ukipata huu ugonjwa. So today on 12 May 2025, ukikutana na watu ambao wana spread the awareness, wanaongea kuhusu haya magonjwa, so please just stop and listen to them and learn 2-3 things from them, kwa sababu sasa they've been allowed to do so. It is national, so inamaanisha kwamba kila mahali na kila sehemu unaweza pata watu wamevalia mavazi yao ya pengine madaktari na vitu kama vile, na wanaeneza hii habari on Monday, today on 12th May 2025. Inafaa kufanyika kote nchini because it is not an international, it is just a national awareness day ya fibromyalgia. So that is a disease. So ukipatana na hawa watu leo, ujue kwamba tumeongelea Hope Don't Show, na tumekuambia kwamba mapema kutakuwa na mambo kama hayo yanaendelea. And as I had told you earlier, we are going to talk about business and entrepreneurship. And this is where ninapenda producer akiweza kutokea picha, maana kuna watu ambao wanaelewa kile nasema na kuna watu wanaelewa wakitazama kwenye picha zao kile ambacho kinaendelea. So I'm talking about business and entrepreneurship. Kuna ka video fulani nilikuwa naona picha nzuri sana ambayo ilikuwa imeweka mstari pale katikati inaongelea kuhusu business and entrepreneurship. I wish producer kama anaweza pata hii aweke. Kuna wale sales people walikuwa nauza business people walikuwa nauza watermelon. So mmoja is a businessman, alikuwa nauza watermelon zake amezipanga, it's 100 shillings kwa mfano tuweke hivyo. Unajua zimepangwa maridadi kabisa. Alafu tukienda huu mwingine ambayo ni entrepreneur, ameweka the same watermelon, alafu bei ni hiyo, lakini sasa yeye akatengeneza, kuna watermelon, if you want you buy all of it at 100 shillings. That is an example. And ameweka pia the fruit juice, the watermelon juice kwa glass at 100 shillings. That is if you don't want to carry the whole thing. And also he cut the watermelon into pieces, whereby sasa if you don't have 100 shillings you can still buy the pieces. Now you see, this is the difference that we were talking about, business and entrepreneurship. And as I was saying, we're going to learn about the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. A businessman and an entrepreneur. So I was talking about hizi mambo za watu wameenda katika biashara na katika soko, and we have this thing yenye nilikuwa nasema producer tutafutie kila chenye atapata, so that wale wanaelewa mambo ya diagram waelewe vizuri, na wale wanaelewa kile naongea pia good for you. And I was talking about two people selling watermelon, na mmoja let's say it's 100 shillings, na mmoja amepanga watermelon zake full at 100 shillings. That is a businessman. Alafu an entrepreneur anafanya a little bit different, yenye inaleta a big difference katika biashara. Anachukua watermelon pia anauza zile nzima nzima at 100 shillings, ama anatengeneza, kuna hiyo ya yenye ni full na kuna watermelon juice at a glass inatoka na 100 shillings, au akate watermelon pia. So unapata anaweza savia different people na tena kwa wingi. Ukitaka juice utapata, ukitaka nzima utapata, ukitaka piece utapata kutoka kwa an entrepreneur, while a business person will just sell a whole of it. Na nadhani hata katika nchi yetu ya Kenya tumewapatia majina, tunasema they are suppliers, actually they give you whole of it and the business is done. So a businessman generally operates an existing business within established market practices, while an entrepreneur creates new ventures. Kama vile nimewaambia, a businessman will just operate an existing business. Hii ni biashara yenye kuna mtu anauzaga motura na unakuja pia unaweka motura hapo and nothing more. I think hata kachumbari peke yake ni chumvi tu unaweka hapo, alafu mwingine akikuja. An entrepreneur creates new ventures. An entrepreneur and often introduces innovative ideas, products. Ana introduce ideas mpya kando na ule business person vile anafanya. Aya, kwa mfano unaweza enda mahali kwa mkahawa alafu kasaviwa let's say githeri yenye iko katika country yetu vizuri, and it's just maize and beans with onions imekaangwa hivyo, na utapata mwingine ni maize beans amekaanga onions with tomatoes, lakini unapata mwingine ameweka salad kidogo, mwingine ameweka boiled egg, mwingine ameweka yani an entrepreneur creates new ventures. An entrepreneur. So ukiwa pale nyumbani, you are going to get yourself and know if you are an entrepreneur or a business person. Na sisi wote saa zingine tunajitanga business people, alafu nataka kujiita an entrepreneur, but now a business person you can only if you are operating an existing business. Biashara imekuwa hapo tangu jadi. Biashara imekuwa hapo ni ile ya kuuza mtumba, and ni 100 shillings or 50 shillings, and then hata unatafuta kama hizo and unauza. It is an existing business. Wewe hakuna kitu mpya umeongeza. You are a business lady or a businessman, and na hiyo inakuwa within the established market practices. Yani inajulikana, hata tukienda hivi tunajua hiyo ni mtumba ya 100 shillings. There's nothing new that you brought there. But when we go to an entrepreneur person, utapata huyu mtu create new ventures and ana introduce innovative ideas or products. Innovative ideas. So tumesema watermelon, actually you can just sell it at unapatanga tu unagonga unasema how much is this, and then you buy whole of it and you go. And sometimes you don't want whole of it, you just want a piece. You get it from an entrepreneur anauza whole of it. For that person who doesn't want to buy whole of it, you can buy a piece from the same person, or you can get yourself a glass of watermelon juice from the same person. Innovative ideas and new ventures, you understand? So that is the difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman. An entrepreneur, tumesema, is an individual having an exclusive ideas to establish a new venture. Tumepatana. While a businessman is an individual who establishes what? A business with an old business idea. That one comes clear. With an old business idea. And wakati ambapo nataka kufungua biashara, you don't ask too much questions. You already know Mtu anaenda Kikomba, anatoa mtushuko wa viatu na ya manguo na ya jackets, whatever it is that you want to buy, and then you bring it to your city or your town, and then you start the business. The idea that you have is very old, very old. Yeah, and if we put two people here, a business person and an entrepreneur, you'll find out that they cannot rhyme. The ideas haziwezi endana. Yes, an entrepreneur ana risk a lot. Yeah, and today we are talking about that, an entrepreneurship, an entrepreneur person, and business man. And entrepreneur, actually, let's talk about them kidogo. They achieve success through a combination. So you different entrepreneur and a business person, so that when you are at home, you're setting yourself ready to go to work, to your normal business. You need to know what you're doing. If you are still on the old business idea, or you're going to actually do something new about your business as an entrepreneur person. Yeah, and an entrepreneur achieves success through a combination of strong skills. Yeah, sasa ni mtu ambaye ana deep thinking, ni mtu ambaye anakaa chini anasema okay, kazi yangu sasa ni kupika chapo pale nikiuza, and watu wachukua waende wakakunywa nazo chai. And huyo ni business person, ataweka jiko lake pale mapema na apike chapo, na by the way itapata wateja na inunuliwe kwa wingi. And we have this an entrepreneur person, atasema what about wale watu wenye hawana chai kwa nyumba na ako na haraka kama hawezi pika, atatengeneza chapati zake pale na atengeneza nini, chai yake pale tayari, alafu aseme na kama kuna mtu mwenye hapendi chai ya maziwa tutafanyaje, alafu naona anatengeneza kahawa yake pale. We are trying to say that an entrepreneur anakuanga na strong skills and anakuanga na strategy planning. You sit down and ask yourself questions. So biashara yenye nataka kufungua ni ya hoteli, na hoteli ni nyingi by the way, but even today someone is opening a hotel, tomorrow kuna mtu atafungua hoteli, kesho kutwa kuna mwingine atafungua hoteli. Okay, wakati ambapo anataka kufungua, anataka yake ikaaje, so that when you are just new umefungua, boom, watu tunasikia ripoti na habari, na vile ambavyo unapika na kuserve watu ni tofauti na vile ambavyo tumezoea pengine. So what you need to do is, an entrepreneur, or shifting from a businessman to an entrepreneur, you need to strategize or have a strategic planning on what to do on your business, and also a resilient mindset. If you want to become an entrepreneur, this is not something that fails today, hata unaanguka chini flat, no. So when it comes to businesses, tumesikia biashara zinafunguliwa alafu zingine zina fail, na huyo mtu akifail inabaki historia tu. Hata kama ni jumba tunapita tunasema zamani hili kwanga ABC, yeah, lakini siku hizi ilianguka, ni kitu kingine tofauti, ama iko locked down. But now an entrepreneur anafaa kukuwa na a resilient mindset, akili ambazo zimeamua ama zangu ama zako, akili ambazo zimeamua ama zangu ama zako. And when I'm saying this, nataka producer tutafutie a business person and an entrepreneur, picha nyingi sana, ili wale watu, unajua we have people that understand something well, kama kuna diagrams, and this is where I give a chance that while I'm still speaking, na ule mwingine anaweza tazama kitu tofauti kuhusu tofauti ya a business person and an entrepreneur. And I'm telling you, we've got an entrepreneur person, ni mtu ambaye anafanya kitu with passion. Hata kama ni kuamka saa ngapi za usiku, unapata mtu hachelewi kabisa na asemi, anasikia kama sijui mwili umetoka, na anafanya kwa moyo wake wote, ana enjoy you. If you enjoy what you're doing in your business, you are not just a businessman but an entrepreneur. And taking risk, tumeongea, an entrepreneur person wanna take risk, because now if it is that watermelon, if you cut it into pieces, you know, now kama hazitaenda zote kutakuwa kumespoil, because now you wezi hifadhi, they are just fruits, perishable goods. So wakati ambapo amerisk kukata hiyo watermelon, pengine yani anasema let me just cut it, watu wakuja wanunue, but what if watu watanunua? already a risk, because if it is full it can stay for many days. Si lazima iweko mahali popote. And when we are talking about marketplace, tumetoa hapo fridges and freezers, vitu za kuconserve hizo fruits na nini, but when you cut your watermelon, actually you just give it few hours, and if it is not consumed then itaharibika. So an entrepreneur ana take risks katika biashara yake, also anakuwa creative. Creativity lazima ipatikane ndani yake, akuwe creative. Why will a person move or shift from selling a whole watermelon to watermelon juices and slices or pieces of it? Yeah, lazima ukuwe creative. Create something out of your business. Let it not be just normal. Let it not just be usual. Yes, you've been making mandazis every day. Asubuhi mapema at 5 umeamka umeweka kwa kibanda pale, na watu wanapenda mandazi ya kibandaski. I tell you, zinakuanga nzuri sana. But besides that, what more can you do? What more can you do? And also, an entrepreneur person needs to adapt. You need to adapt. You need to have that power of adaptability. You need to know or learn how to adapt things or changes that comes around your businesses or seasons that comes around. Unajua kuna season you sell a lot, the season you don't. How do you balance that? If you are just a business person, then utasema biashara imeenda chini na life yako pia inaenda chini. Alafu nasema saizi mwezi ndio ya biashara, sasa hapo ndio unaonekana kama mtu. But now we have businesses that fails due to 1, 2, 3 things. But nimesema an entrepreneur anakuwa na mambo mawili matatu ambayo ni tofauti sana na mtu wa biashara wa kawaida. Tumesema strong skills, ana strategic planning and a resilient mindset. Tumeongelea mambo ya passion, taking risks and creativity and kuadapt mambo kwa haraka as an entrepreneur. So business also wanga zina fail because of 1, 2, 3 things. Continue with reasons why our businesses was na fail, ama ni kwa nini hatuwezi grow from being just a businessman to an entrepreneur, because we're not creative, we don't have that passion, we do not want to adapt, we don't have strong skills, we don't have a planning, good planning and all that. So because we don't want to start up something that is going to fail, we want to create a legacy, we are going to see reasons why our businesses do fail a lot of time. I'm telling you, today is a Career Monday and we've chosen to talk about business and entrepreneur. Business and entrepreneur, the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. And tutaongelea kuhusu hata watu ambao sisi tunaamini ya kwamba wamebobea sana kukua watu the great or the biggest, although hakunanga biggest kwa sababu mali zinapishana saizi, watu wako na bidii sana, lakini nasema kwamba biashara yako inaweza anguka due to some reasons which we are going to tackle today, ndio uweze ku understand even as you're planning to start up a business. The good thing of life is that kuna mtu ambaye ndio anapanga kwanza biashara, kesho kuna mwingine anapanga, so information haiwezi fika kwako very late. So thanks to Hope It Don't Show on Middle of Praise TV, every Monday to Friday we learn new things. So we are going to study about reasons why some businesses do fail. Yeah. Na biashara tunasema they can fail due to what? Due to variety of reasons. And including what? Variety of reasons including what? Poor financial management. Let me talk kidogo about poor financial management kwa mtu mwenye ako kwa shop, a general shop. Duka lile letu la kawaida linauza mkate, linauza sukari, linauza chumvi, or maybe you're selling tea leaves and sweets and biscuits and all that. We are going to take an example of that. And tumefanya kuchunguza kidogo na tukaona kwamba profit ya hizi vitu wanga ni shilingi 2, shilingi 5, shilingi 7, shilingi 3, shilingi 1. Even when you're selling credit cards inside that shop, mapato yake ama niseme faida yake, the profit itself ni kidogo. The marginal line of that profit is slim, ni kidogo. So if that is what you depend on as one person, iko afadhali. But then 2, 3, 4, maybe a whole family, a family of 5, depending on a general shop na profit yake, then definitely it is going to collapse. Because now, how many breads do you take in the morning, or how many mandazis are you going to take in the morning, or how many packets of cakes are you going to take? So how many packets of milk are you going to take in the morning? So how much profit are you going to make in a day? So due to poor financial management huwa ina lead to business failure of businesses. Yeah. So utafanyaje mshikaji ukiwa pale nyumbani, unapanga hesabu yako vizuri and then unaangalia ni biashara gani nataka kufanya and how much am I going to get out of it. Kuna mtu ambaye anafanya hawking, ana hawk kitu, ananunua kitu ya 100 shillings anauza at 200 shillings. That is 100% profit. Yeah, na hata lipa rent mahali na kanjo sijui anapatana wapi, I don't know about that. But if you want to start up a business, you need to look at your finances and the profit that you're going to get and how you're going to actually make a living out of the profit that you're going to make. So if you cannot do it alone, we've got financial assistance unaweza pata kutoka kwa watu ambao wamesomea vitu kama hizi. We also have ineffective marketing. Pengine you do not have skills when it comes to sales and marketing. You don't know how to talk to people to get them to buy your products. And I will say this again, for anyone who is listening, you have your products, let's say small businesses. Let me actually give an examples with small businesses. You've got your fruits, your best of fruits for wheelbarrow yako, and then you're pushing and you're selling. And maybe you're just pushing your wheelbarrow and you're not saying anything. So no one is, mtu hajui kama unapeleka nyumbani, mtu hajui kama umebebea mtu hajui kama wewe ni beba, umesaidia mtu, yani you're just quiet. So a lot of people will want or they love to buy your fruits, but they don't know if you're selling them. Now, in towns, you don't ask questions like Ivo. You understand? So you need to create a way or have a way to let people know that these fruits you're selling, you're not actually carrying them for someone else, but you are the one selling them. Number one, make sure we know that you're selling them. How are you going to actually let us know? I hear people saying I'm selling 10 bob, 50 bob, 50 bob, 100, I'm selling fruits and all that. You need to know how you're going to make people know that you're selling your fruits and you're not carrying it for someone else. And also, while on that, we have, you need to actually know how to talk to people. If someone asks a question, just answer the question. How much is banana? Just this one is 20 shillings and this one is 30 shillings. Or you don't ask a question with a question like, how much is a banana? Naona muuliza, which one do you want? Yeah, this banana is just patiane hesabu ya ndizi zako pale venye umepanga, because wewe ndio umepanga. You understand? Do not feel like you're being offended. And I'll say this example. There was this one person who was selling these fruits hapo kwa wheelbarrow yake and pushing the barrows, and the person passed us, and while he was still pushing it, we were looking at the fruits and we really liked them, and we say, hey, can we buy? And this person said, si nimewapita hapo nyuma tu kama mmeninyamazia. The person was already angry. Yeah, we didn't even know you were selling, we were just on our own, and then you pass us with your barrow carrying fruits. So if we ask you to stop and sell to us, just stop and smile at us and actually sell to us, because we did not end up buying those fruits. So ninasema nini? Ujue kuongea na watu ukiwa katika ulingo wa biashara, na hapo ndipo tunasemanga customer is always right. Customer is always right. Wewe ndio umeenda kutafuta kitu, you want that money from that person's pocket or the purse. So you need to endure, you need to be patient, you need to be resilient. You don't have to get offended all the time. So as someone asks you a question and you feel like hajauliza vizuri and you want to pick a fight, so that's not how you're going to handle business. We also have a lack of strong business plan. So do you sit down to plan on what you're going to do, or do you just do something because people are doing it and maybe you found yourself some profit or some, we don't call it profit, we call it capital. Or if you found yourself some capital and you just say, I want to open up a business. So before you start it, you need to have a strong business plan. Na ujue utaifanyia wapi, kama ni CBD ama ni maeneo mengine. Inadequate leadership, this is what we say. You need to, ukitaka kufanya biashara, wewe mambo yako si kwenda tu kupeana kitu unapewa pesa na mtu. Kuna mambo ambayo unafaa kustudy na kuyajua. Yeah, kuna mambo ambayo unafaa kustudy na kuyajua. And you can also fail to adapt market changes. If you fail to adapt market changes, then your business will just go down. Why am I saying this? Because we wake up one day and then you hear that sugar imepanda to 250 shillings and you are selling tea at 20 shillings. So what are you going to do? If you continue selling that tea at 20 shillings, then your business is not going to make any profit. Yeah, so you need to actually adapt na market changes ambazo zinakuja. If you're selling ugali and that flour price may rise up, you just wake up, you go to the market to buy as usual, and then they tell you it is up with 20 shillings. 20 shillings. So what are you going to do? You also need to actually adapt to that market changes. If you continue doing things in a normal way, then you're not going to go far. That is with a business, if you don't want your business to fail. Na tumesema kwamba if you want to start up a business and you don't want it to fail, you need to do what? Something we call research. So lack of research will eventually lead to a downfall or kuishiwa kwa biashara yako kabisa. You need to do research on what you want to do. If you want to sell clothes, you need to know about fabrics, you need to know about, we talked about that. And then you don't just go and buy and come and sell. We talked about having a business plan, a good one, a good business plan. And if you cannot do it alone, you look for people and then they assist you in it. I said that when it comes to information and knowledge, you go look for it. It does not just come to you. Yeah. And also, we talked about financial mismanagement. You're selling something, you bought it at 50 shillings, you've sold it at 70 shillings, and you want to eat 60 shillings. So how much are you going to actually save? Like nothing. Yeah. And also you need to adapt very quickly with market changes wherever you are. And I'm saying this because we've got people that we're going to study today ambao tayari wameweza kubobea katika biashara, and they have done so well. They have done so well in their businesses. They have done so well in their businesses. And today we just clap for them and we say that they've done so well. But what about me and you? What about me and you? Yeah. What about me, who is a business lady? Yeah. And we call ourselves the small business, whatever. And we just want to rise up. And how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? We need to study these points, all of them, so that we can come up with something good for ourselves. So who do we have actually? Do we have someone who has made it in the business world that we actually admire to be like them or desire to be like them? So this is what we're going to do after a short.
Spiritual awakening books have the power to heal and repair. Bishop Jim Mwando helps you to realize and soar into the divine aim of your life by bringing you a spiritual guide in his books. Grab yourself a copy of The Power of an Altar, Where to Store Your Treasures, Reactivating Your Gifts. These books by Bishop Jim Mwando will uplift your mind and get you spiritually enlightened. To get the copy of the books and for more inquiries, contact Gideon Karanja on 0724 550319, 0724 550319, or Susan Itemo on 0721 433394, 0721 433394.
All right, welcome back. And we are talking about business, the difference between being a businessman and an entrepreneur. Na tumesema nini for those who are just joining us? A business, an entrepreneur are individuals who start and run their own businesses. Kama wewe tu pale unatazama. These are individuals who start and run their own businesses, often facing significant risks. Yeah, but also enjoying the potential for high rewards. Mtu focus yake si ya hapa karibu, target yake si hizi vitu ndogo. Yeah, the person might start small, but the dream is bigger. He cannot even put it down on paper. The dream is bigger. So hawa ndio watu tunaita an entrepreneurs. They enjoy the potential for high reward, even though kuna risks hapo ndani. What happens to a person who sells perishable goods? and then one day you just buy them and everyone is or the season, or it is a holiday, what wame travel and you've just brought in your goods and then they perish, ama zina spoil. Mtu ame risk, but that person will not actually quit. Yeah, the person will actually, they face significant risk, but also enjoying the potential for higher rewards. This is a person we call an entrepreneur. But if you ever opened a business and then kukatokea risk and ukaachana nayo, you are just a business person. You are just a business person. But today we are going to actually see, and I've been trying to look this year, kuangalia, and it is very difficult to actually say this person is biggest when it comes to business and entrepreneur. Why? Because it is the various way of measuring things. Kwa mfano, if we say someone is rich hapa Kenya, with the same person akienda to another country unapata he is poor kabisa, yani maskini wa wale maskini wako kule. But when that person comes to our country, you find out that this person is rich. So it is not easy for us to measure who is the biggest businessman or an entrepreneur in the world. But we have few names that we're going to mention here for people that have been in the top something. I was saying that it is difficult to definitely name a single biggest. It is difficult, very difficult to name a single biggest business and entrepreneur person. Yeah, why? Because measurements za utajiri ama watu vile walivyotengeneza mali zao, they vary. They can be measured in various ways like net worth, impact, influence, and etc. So it is not easy for us to just say it so and so in the world is the biggest business or and an entrepreneur person. Yeah, but we have watu ambao wako kwa ile rank, they've been ranked for quite a number of years na zile mali ambazo wametengeneza is business and entrepreneur people, and we are going to see few of them, and I only have 4 of them today. Wako na rank yani position zao, and entrepreneur, their names, yeah, and also their net worth. We're going to look into that, and our producer is really going to give us one by one. We need to see them, we need to know them, and the first person tutasema panaitwa Elon Musk. Elon Musk amejulikana sana in the year 20 hadi this year 2025. Actually, you'll find out that Elon Musk akona $382.7 billion. Mtu net worth yake is $382.7 billion. Niye anaongoza. So my producer atamtafuta Elon Musk amweke hapo so that we can admire this person, and you can only see the face and learn few things from this person. So Elon Musk ndio amekuwa ranked as #1 business and an entrepreneur person in the world, na akona $382.7 billion, na amefuatwa na huyu mwingine anaitwa Mark Zuckerberg. Huyu amejulikana sana. The Mark Zuckerberg is position 2, ranked position 2. He is an entrepreneur mwenye akona $203.1 billion. That is his net worth. It is $203.1 billion. And number 3, we have Jeff Bezos. These are no names. Actually, we've been hearing these names, and they are the entrepreneurs. And Jeff Bezos is position 3, akona $202.2 billion. That is his net worth to year 2025. We also have Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison ni ako ranked as position 4. Larry Ellison akona $184.1 billion. Hawa ndio watu ambao at least wamekuwa ranked. We have the top 10 famous entrepreneur in year 2025 at a glance, you understand, but I've just mentioned the few. And our producer is really going to show us their net worth. Let's see their houses, their homes, their businesses, and their lifestyles na vile ambavyo wanaenda, so that we can learn few things on entrepreneur. And for those who are just joining us, we said that today being a Monday, 12th May 2025, we said we have events going on in the country. We call it a National Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. Nilisema daktari akuja nisomee kitu. It is a Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. What are we doing today? We're going to learn and spread awareness about the difficult disease known as fibromyalgia, which affects both men and women around the world. And as of yet, the doctors are saying that it has no cure. So today being 12th May 2025, we've got this disease that as of yet, it does not have cure. So we are passing information and people are going to learn and also spread awareness about it. So ukipatana na watu wanafanya vitu kama zile, you just understand that it is a national day. They are allowed to do that. So with that, mtazamaji, I want to actually leave you with this, and we say what we have also something that we're going to learn from, and I'm going to close up the program with this one. We are going to talk about dolphins today. When we talk to about animals today, I'm going to talk about dolphins, and we say that dolphins name each other with unique whistles. Dolphins name each other with unique whistles. Do you know how to whistle? I actually think I know how to whistle, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to blow a whistle today in a studio. But this Monday, we say that dolphins name each other. So when you hear them whistling, actually they're just calling names of their fellows. Yeah, you might not understand it, but that is their language. So dolphins name each other with unique whistles. So you can find out that they do not have the same whistle sounds, but they differ. They differ because they are very unique with different names, different meaning according to them. So with this, actually, I'm going to wind up Hope I Don't Show Monday, which was the Career Monday. I hope you enjoyed the show with me, Victoria. Until tomorrow on Tuesday, please keep watching Middle of Praise TV. You can follow us on our social media platforms, Middle of Praise TV, Facebook, and also Middle of Praise TV, YouTube. Until tomorrow, guys, bye-bye. I love you.